Grand Rising salutations and welcome back to the Electric Leaf, where it is my goal to assist you in nourishing your mind, your body, and your chakras. So, Grand Rising, seriously, it is 6 a.m. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a taste of, you know, about where I am with my water. Today is a good day. I'm going to just say that today I am already here with my water goals. I think if you're struggling with drinking water or with drinking a gallon, that the newest part of the day is going to be what helps you. So all throughout the night, if you wake up at all thirsty, have your jug there or have your bottle there and go ahead and take a few sips. I've already filled up. Now, let me be real. I filled up my I filled up my 32 ounce copper cup, and and that's in the refrigerator. So minus that, okay? And that I'll have that 32 ounce cup drank before I leave the house to go see my first client today. So the message that I was receiving was between two messages. Both of them were awesome messages. But this is going to be a sacred message for sure. It's specific to a specific group of people. So, Divine Mother and Father, what message is it that you would like to share with the collective today? What message is it? I thank you for allowing me to be a conduit, Divine Mother and Father, for your message, not my message, your message. I thank you that it is gifted to the recipient that it is meant for in the divine and rightful time. In your name, I thank you so much, Most High God. So it is. What is your message, God? What do you want to be shared today? What do you want to be shared? What do you want to be shared? Father. Okay. Ooh, yes. So it is going to be a shadow message. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. I know exactly what the message is. Because at the bottom of the deck, ooh, look at all this at the bottom of the deck. You see that? Failure and death. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. I keep hearing forgiveness. Forgiveness. So, ooh. I'm going to say this. When we struggle, when we have a lot of fear that builds up within us, or when we have these moments where life kind of throws these weird circumstances at us, and it comes in to our relationships, okay? The relationships that we value. I know that when we talk about relationships a lot, that quite often the first idea of relationship that comes to mind usually is a romantic relationship or a partnership. But there are so many relationships that make up a well-rounded support system or a well-rounded inner circle that we have to consider, especially when our romantic partnerships do not go the way that they should go, we really have to take that moment and consider, how do we behave in the partnerships that are just granted to us, like the family that we live with or the family that we're closest to? How do we honor and respect and appreciate those relationships? Because I can guarantee you that those relationships are the key. Those relationships are the key to why a lot of times our romantic relationships don't work out. How do you treat the people? How do you treat the people that you are most honored with their presence? Do we look at them and say, oh, they get on my nerves? I'm older now, but when I was younger, one of the main things, one of the main people that used to get on my last nerve was my mom. We definitely didn't have the relationship that we have now. So that is a relationship that has played a major role in the way I feel about myself and the way that I love myself, is my relationship with my parents. So it's important for me to say this. You know how the saying goes that that the children come to teach us, that children are teachers, okay? And we're supposed to protect them and keep them safe and honor who their self is and help them to develop self. All right? So we have to remember that when we get to this space of being able to have the blessing of having children and having parents that, or grandparents, or whomever we're blessed with, whomever we're blessed to still have above the ground, whomever we're blessed to still have above the ground, we have to remember that sometimes we come to teach them as well. And so sometimes we can look at our parents and it really might sound like they're on some bullshit, but if that is the case and we're able to be aware, if we're able to, our awareness is broader than theirs, then we have to accept that we have more responsibility for the relationship. Whoever knows better should do better. Whoever knows more should do more. And we're speaking energetically, okay? Now, we do know that you're not just going to keep on trying to beat some message over somebody's head. We have to vibrate that message, be that message, embody that message. Because, of course, it gets tiring if you are constantly trying to make somebody see your way, make somebody see your side, make them. Okay? And it gets tiring because now you're feeling unheard. Now you're feeling like your words don't matter. Now you're feeling like maybe even you don't matter. But the truth of the matter is that you haven't listened to yourself. If you're getting to the point where you're yelling, screaming, accusing, feeling like a failure, it's because you're not listening to you. And so, yes, there are moments when after you've said all you can say and done all you can do, that you gotta shake the dust from under your feet and keep it moving. You got to. Wow. This message of empathy keeps coming up over and over and over again. Empathy says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You have to understand this, okay? That a lot of times when our parents or even our lovers, okay, the ones that actually care about us and want to be with us. I'm not talking about the bums who just want to, their goal is to try to destroy you, okay, because they're not conscious of self. Lord, that won't nice to say bums. But there are really some people out here whose main goal is to kill, steal, and destroy. They working for the other team. They working for the other team. And we got to be aware of that duality of life. Okay? But we have to remember that a lot of times when these arguments arise, or a lot of times when these rifts in energy take place, that it's coming from a place of fear. Our parents, our lovers, our companions, our loved ones, a lot of times when the energetic boat starts to rock, okay, it's because someone is afraid. And fear is the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of love. Okay? Fear is on that same spectrum of love. It's just the toxic side. It's just the negative. And I love that they put that. I love that this card really implies that. It says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. You know how scary it is sometimes to just love wholeheartedly, because a lot of us don't want to love wholeheartedly because that requires us to be vulnerable. I was watching Lucifer last night, and Chloe looks at Lucifer and she says, if you choose to be vulnerable around me, then I choose to be vulnerable around you. And it was just like, I love that show because it really causes me to check my own perspective of things, check me. But, and it's funny. But, yeah, that vulnerability, it doesn't happen how it happens on TV. Quite oftentimes, we find ourselves being vulnerable, putting ourselves out there, and then we have to deal with what after vulnerability? Rejection. But, it's not rejection as long as you don't reject yourself. And look, I opened the deck to forgiveness. I was definitely seeing forgiveness. A lot of us are going to have to forgive. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. It's so interesting how this is a shadow message, but it's still all about love. This is a shadow message that is still all about love. Okay? So, some of us are dealing with these spaces right now, feeling like, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to say. I just don't know how to be. Some of us are really getting it, though. Some of us are really understanding, overstanding. Okay? But that understanding it happens in the shadow space. Okay? I just love how most religions and religious practices, just try to completely overlook the shadow work. And that's why a lot of us end up reincarnating and coming right back here again. Because how can you go over to the next dimension? How can you ascend if you don't know yourself? If you're only used to knowing yourself, if as far as you know yourself is only looking at your reflection in the mirror, how you gonna know you? If you don't know you, you know a man by what he's thinking, okay? You know yourself by what you're thinking, because what you're thinking is going to produce fruits. Then that's how you realize what kind of fruit tree you are. Get a taste of your own fruit. taste the fruit of your own tree. Taste the fruit of your own tree. Simple, right? We think it is. But Divine Mother and Father, show me your messages. Show me a clarifier for the death card. Ooh. Ooh, that gave me chills. Do you see what is clarifying death? Death? Death is clarifying death? Are you kidding me? And the strength card is with it. And look at that huge moon there. Okay? And the wolf. The wolf. Man, that wolf been showing up everywhere. I don't know if it's just because it's fall and, you know, a lot of the scary movies come on. But I've been seeing wolves everywhere. One of my homies keeps talking about wolves howling at the moon and making little jokes like that. And look at what's underneath. The Justice card. The Justice card is what is underneath. This is major, 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 major change, major growth, major, because this is all major arcana. But for the Strength card and the Death card to clarify death, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. I really hear Spirit telling somebody specifically, let this go. You know, have enough faith and have enough trust to let go. Let go. Let go and trust. And when you let go, like I know a lot of times when we hear that, let go, walk away, you know, and things like that, we get a little afraid because we think that means that we've got to walk away from someone or walk away from a situation that may be comfortable or is we're used to it, you know. But it's not about that. Letting go is literally about allowing and no longer needing to control the path, the people, you know, no longer needing to depend on the way somebody else is feeling in order to be okay. I see that this Justice card, it's got a yin yang symbol on there, which that's beautiful because I feel like Cancers and Libras get along like butter. Like my Libra friends are some of the best people. I'm trying to hold it still, but I can't. But my Libra friends, they are some of the most intuitive people that I know, you know, and some of the most fair people that I know, and some of the most honest as well. And these scales here are reminding me of Ma'at. And so I've been doing a lot of studying about Kemetic practices lately. And, you know, going over the Kemetic diet, thinking about the way they lived and how their society was such a superior society. And one of the things that one of my colleagues, I should say, brought to the group not too long ago was the 42 laws of Ma'at. And I think we all were kind of interested in the fact that one of the 42 laws was, I have not made anyone cry. And there are a lot of other interesting laws up there. I've not stolen food from a child and things like that. But I say that because I think that is a good place to start for many of you, because you see this, it just looks like butterfly wings behind her. You know, I think that for a lot of you, if this message is resonating with you and you're still here at 19 minutes, that you should definitely go check out the 42 Laws of Ma'at, and that's M-A-N-A-T. M-A-A-T, okay? So, check that out. Yes, and sometimes it's spelled with an apostrophe, which I like it spelled like that because it helps you to Ma'at, you know. But The 42 laws of Ma'at. Yeah, I think that that is so important here because you've got the heart and the feather, and that's her whole jam. That's her whole philosophy. Let your heart be light, and the only way that you can allow your heart to be light is if you are okay to, if you can sleep with yourself, if you can live with your own actions and your own behaviors. You know, I have a cousin that I want to share this. Yeah, okay. I'm going to share. I have a cousin that I have been vulnerable with, and I shared how I felt about some things. And I've done this in friendships, I've done this in relationships and everything. And after I shared how I felt, I put myself in that vulnerable position to share. And this woman literally flipped on me like you could flip a light switch. And she basically said, well, if that's the way I make you feel, then I'll just go away. Like, basically, F how you feel, Nakia. I don't care how you feel. How dare you tell me that I have made you feel this way or our interactions have made you feel this way. And it wasn't so much that I wanted her to take responsibility for the way I feel. No, I wanted to share with her some of the things that I had overcome in our relationship, because that's another thing. I don't share how I'm feeling if I'm angry. I just move forward and then I process those emotions on my own, because anger is never the energy to make a decision from. Anger is never the energy to share from. Okay? Especially not with people that you love. So I told her, no, cousin, I don't want you to feel that way. I'm so shocked and surprised that you feel that I am attacking you this way. I'm just sharing with you. I'm letting you know a part of me, a vulnerable side of me. And she was like, well, it's just not worth it to me. And I reached out to her a few times, but she still was just basically like, I'm good without you. I'm good. And I've had that happen in friendships where, some things happen that made me feel like, but I like to talk to my friends, before I just leave you and end our relationship. I want to talk to you first and let you know, like, hey, when this happened, this was triggered for me. I dealt with it, but I still don't like that. And it's okay to tell somebody that. If they need to walk away, then that's a perfect example of how the truth can set us free. Because it's some relationships that I've had to end that I still have no understanding of what I did, and I still have no understanding of the emotional projections that were sent towards me. I still have no understanding. And it definitely isn't because of my lack of trying. But there are some situations where you really got to just shake the dust from under your feet, come to peace in your heart space with what you have done, with your intentions, and be okay with that other person needing to not have you. All right? I mean, honestly, just be okay with that. Because a lot of times when we're triggered, another person is triggered too. Okay? So handle it the way that you need to handle it, which is out of love and respect for yourself first. For yourself first. And you have to honor and respect the fact that other people are handling things for themselves as best as they can as well. So if somebody needs to be away from you, like ghosting and stuff like that, like, like sometimes people just ghost or block or whatever, allow them. But also you have to remember that if that hurts you, if that's something that hurts you, you've got to understand your own abandonment issues and understand your own triggers, your own wounds, your own sores, so that you're able to act with this empathy. Act with this empathy. Okay? Understanding not only the other person's side, but your side as well, and being there for your own inner child. Okay? And then as we self-reflect, we can understand that no, we didn't fail. Those relationships didn't fail. They were perfect because they provided the perfect opportunity for us to understand who we are and what we need to grow. That is so beautiful, though. That death clarifies death. What? And the strength card? This is the most beautiful death card I've ever seen. This is a whole phoenix rising from the flames. Rising from the flames. You know, there is such a mental transformation that is taking place. And because these flames are so, I know it's of the spirit. With this moon card, then with that moon being, it's not a moon card, it's a strength card, but that moon is huge in this strength card. That is representing the emotions, the hidden truths. But these flames, that is definitely giving me, flame vibes, wands vibes. So spiritual vibes, spirit, the spiritual energy. Okay? So this transformation is spiritual. This transformation, this is such an area of growth that is happening. Divine Mother and Father, what is the best advice that you can give when dealing with being triggered? What is the advice that you can give? Look at this. The Tower card. Okay, the Tower card, the all-seeing eye up here. This is the advice, family. That means let it fall. Don't hurt yourself trying to keep the tower from falling. Okay, don't hurt yourself. Let it fall. Let go. Let live, let love. Look at this at the bottom. Peace. And it's the Two of Swords. I love this Two of Swords. I love this Two of Swords card. Because she's basically in this position of tranquility. She's ignoring. She knows that the tower is falling, but she knows there's nothing that she can do about it. So she nurtures herself. She puts up her sword. She's ready. If somebody come over wanting some, shoot. Even Justice is low-key ready. Look at her standing there looking all sweet and kind and things like that. Now, we know that the swords represent the thoughts. Okay? We know this. So she's ready. She's ready. That means that she has one thought, that one ideal thought that she can cling to, okay, when things get crazy. She has that one anchoring thought that she can go to whenever things get hard. And look, the Peace card, though, she has two. She has two. And I would like that to mean that it's representing the duality of life. This sword is to cut people off, and this sword is to cut thoughts off. You want to always start with the energy. You don't have to start pushing people out your life unless you're in physical danger. But the first thing you cut off is the way that you think and see a person. If it's negative, if it makes you feel horrible inside. I have not used this deck in forever. But it feels like the perfect deck right now. It's just calling me. Because what do we want our thoughts to go to? What do we want our thoughts to go to? What is the sword? What's going to help, Divine Mother and Father? Gosh, I really wanted to use you, but this deck. So this is going to be our last little message. I'm praying that this message reaches you on time, in the right space, in the right frame of mind. I would like to go live on Sunday. Probably should have said that in the beginning, because at this point, 30 minutes in, it's only the 2 or 3 people who this message is truly, truly meant for that are still here. So, I'll mention it in another video. But I do plan on going live. DM me if you would like a question read, an answer. Because, look, goddess of knowledge, I thought that was profound. I'm going to put that back. But DM me, if you're still here, DM me a question. And it's a specific amount of DMs that I'm looking for from different individuals. And if I hit that specific number as far as people asking me, DMing a question, then I will answer those questions, of course, for free as a love offering to you all. And on my live on Sunday. So, Divine Mother and Father, what is your final bit of advice for this transformation? I am just so geeked right now because I'm looking over here, right, asking about the transformation, because death clarified death, but of course it comes out with a strength card. Look at that. Look at that. Strength clarifying the transformation. When strength, death, this is just a powerful message. Do you see this? The strength card and the death card twice. This is a major transformation. And you're going to have to be strong. You're going to have to be strong. It says, stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. Okay? It doesn't say fight for what you believe. Argue for what you believe. Force someone to believe what you believe. It says stand up for what you believe. Stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. Family, this is one of the most beautiful messages. And look, you're protected while you do it. Psychic protection, goddess of psychic protection is helping you through this. You can't be harmed. You can't be harmed, but you have to come through. You have to come through this energy of understanding more than your own feelings. This is a whole spiritual awakening happening to you right now. So anyway, family, I love you. Guys, this is so beautiful. I want to keep going with this reading, but I can't. I have to go. I have to go to work, which I thank God that I have a means, and I thank God that this is providing a means as well. So until next time, family, continue to vibrate love and vibrate well. Peace.